said that growth and loss often live within the same body. Even my plants remind me. Sometimes, things have to die so something else can thrive. For a while now, I've been holding on to things that no longer serve me. And with time, that weight has begun to show. In my plants, in this room, and in me too. This closet holds versions of me that I've already outgrown. Stuff I swore I'd use again, but never did. The maybe one day I'll use this. A motherboard I thought I'd use, a keyboard from an old setup, a pair of boxing gloves I completely forgot about. It's the kind of stuff that whispers, what if you need it later or regret throwing it away? And for a while, I listened. I told myself keeping these things was practical. Responsible even. But really, it was fear. Fear that if I let go, I wouldn't be able to replace them. Somewhere along the way, I learned to not ask for too much, to wait, to hold back, to stretch every resource until it was thin. And even when I moved past those years, the mindset stayed. Scarcity doesn't always leave quickly. It teaches you to survive, and so I carried that lesson to this closet, holding on to things just in case, believing that using something up meant I might never replace it. As I began to purge my closet, I ran into clothes I used to love but don't fit me anymore. Clothes that I love but don't fit my current style, and clothes that I tried and never actually wore. Hoarding all these clothes, I was living what they call lack mentality, a deep-seated belief that there's never enough. Even if they didn't fit, I just kept thinking, maybe one day I'll wear this, or this will go back in style. But really, I was just keeping things out of fear. I find things like this where it's like, oh, these are slacks that I can possibly use if I ever want to get back into the corporate world. Like I had this in my closet, taking up space. I don't want people like pull off overalls. I got this because I saw someone that was pulling off overalls. I was like, yo, bro, I can get this. I can do this. I can't pull off overalls. Recently, what I've been learning is abundance doesn't come to a room that's already full of fear. I'm picking up pieces and wondering if I'm being wasteful, if I'll regret releasing it. But that hesitation, that voice asking, what if, is the same fear that's been holding me here. Safety isn't growth, and just in case is the enemy of clarity. So I've started pruning. Like a tree you cut so new branches can grow. Not because things of old don't matter, but because their purpose has already been lived. Some things, granted, are harder. Gifts, memories, pieces of who I used to be. But keeping them doesn't honor those moments. It just keeps me stuck in them. The same way I trim dead leaves off my plant, I have to cut away what no longer brings life. And it's not disrespect for things of old, but respect for the things that are still growing. Some things can't just be thrown in a bag and forgotten though. Some things need care, change, and new start.
Take up a running so I'd have less time. Remembering your name, wish I could say I'm over
Cuando te conocí supe que el cielo es real. Si quieres montar juntos no hay que esperar. Tú eres la mujer de mis sueños. Si hace frío yo te meto mi chaleco. No te...
My bird of paradise has been leaning, collecting dead leaves, shrinking back from what he used to be. I've always believed plants mirror our own state, and looking at her, it definitely feels familiar. Like me, it needs something new, a new environment, fresh soil, a pot with more space, a little more light, a chance to begin again. For the past couple of months, she's been in the far corner of my room, and at times I've forgotten to water her, feed her, and just in general take care of her. And for now, for the first time in months, she's in open air. It's the season to prune. First things first, we gotta remove the stuff that just isn't serving her anymore. So, to give her a new chance of life, I have to remove what's clearly dead, what isn't giving life anymore. On the surface, it's clear. Clip the brown, strip its old leaf, and wash away the dirt. But underneath all that, I found rot. Roots that were decaying quietly, hidden from the surface. And the only way to save the plant is to cut them away.
I'm gonna cut at the end and see if it's black inside. Snip.
The irony of it all is, sometimes the parts that once sustained you become the very thing that's holding you back. But change doesn't always look beautiful. In the process, I lost 4 leaves. And while I was working, the wind snapped another.
Oh!
What was once full is now reduced to just 2 leaves standing. And seeing it like this, it honestly hurts. It looks worse than before. She's bare, fragile, and unfinished. Anyone that knew her before would wonder what she's gone through. But maybe that's the point. Life has been teaching me that growth doesn't always look or even feel like progress. Sometimes it looks and feels like loss. Sometimes it looks like starting over. Because growth doesn't always mean more. It often means different. A reset, a repotting, a willingness to release the rot even if it leaves you looking smaller for a while.
Even with just 2 leaves left, I can see 2 pushing through. Although
They're not perfect. Even in their beginning, parts of them are already scarred and decayed. But maybe that's the truth of growth. It doesn't arrive flawless. It sometimes arrives vulnerable and unfinished, marked but still alive, still reaching for light. And it reminds me that new beginnings won't always be perfect. They're just a chance for growth. And maybe that's what I need to be reminded of, that sometimes the only way forward is to begin again. And what's left isn't emptiness. It's space, room to breathe, room for clarity. A reminder that I don't need to measure my security by what I hold on to, but by what I'm willing to release.